Nestled in between the Feast of Transfiguration, which is this weekend, Shrove Tuesday and Tuesday, and then Ash Wednesday in the beginning of Lent, Wednesday this coming week, is the death date of one of the great saints of the Episcopal Church, Absalom Jones. If you don't know his story, Absalom was born a slave back in the 1745, 1750, somewhere in there. And he bought his way out of slavery, fell in love, bought his wife out of slavery. They lived up in Philadelphia. He was a strong, faithful Christian and belonged to St. Thomas Methodist Episcopal Church, where the Black membership was continuing to grow as a vibrant church in Philadelphia. And for a year or so, the Black members of the congregation were building a gallery above the nave for increased seating as the congregation grew. But what it really was a design by the white members of the congregation to build a gallery where all the Blacks could sit. So once the gallery was built, the vestry of that congregation immediately said all the Blacks needed to sit up in the gallery that you just built, in essence, for yourselves. So when the ushers came to usher all of the Black members of the congregation up to the gallery, they all walked out in mass. And Absalom Jones was one of them. Well, the story continues. He starts doing a lot of work around slavery and the freedom of slaves in Philadelphia, but eventually joins a congregation, St. Thomas, a Black congregation in Philadelphia. And William White, the Bishop of Philadelphia at that point, eventually ordains Absalom Jones to be the first Black Episcopal Church in the United States. And he served St. Thomas until his death in 1818. And he's remembered both for his preaching, but most especially for his compassionate care and love and devotion, not only to the members of St. Thomas, but to really the Philadelphia community in general. And Absalom Jones is someone you and I all need to remember, and we need to give thanks. And I think, for me, Absalom Jones becomes an icon of courage, of being able to speak with integrity and with character, to be able to speak with the power of and the voice of the gospel behind you, with Jesus kind of standing next to you as a prophet speaking into the people of that point in time. I feel like many of us are kind of afraid to speak. We lack courage to stand up for our really true convictions inside our hearts, those convictions that coexist with the convictions of Jesus. So I hope that as we celebrate the Transfiguration, that moment when we know who Jesus is on the top of that mountain, and then we come down off that mountain and we move into Ash Wednesday and we take a close, deep look at ourselves. We're renewed in spirit to stand up for what we believe as Christians and to know that we're not alone, even though our voice can sometimes feel lost in the myriad of voices around us, because we have not only Absalom Jones as our witness, but we also have Jesus, who died on a cross, speaking truth alone. Have courage, be of good faith, and I'll see you Sunday.